The anticipation for the September showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Álvarez has reached a fever pitch, with the boxing world buzzing over what could be one of the most iconic clashes in recent memory. Crawford, an undefeated technician who has conquered 3 weight classes, is stepping up to challenge Álvarez, the super middleweight king known for his devastating power and ring generalship. This fight isn't just about titles or bragging rights. It's a collision of styles, legacies, and narratives that promises to redefine the sports landscape. Crawford's bold claim that he's a threat to Álvarez's legacy has set the stage for a psychological and physical battle, while Álvarez's dismissive remarks about Crawford being easy work only fuel the tension. Crawford's journey to this moment is nothing short of extraordinary. Starting his career at lightweight, he has methodically climbed through boxing's most competitive divisions, capturing titles at 135, 140, and 147 pounds. His resume boasts victories over elite fighters like Errol Spence Jr., Sean Porter, and Israel Madrimov, each win showcasing his ability to adapt, dominate, and dismantle opponents with surgical precision. What makes Crawford so special isn't just his athleticism or power, but his cerebral approach to the ring. He reads opponents in real time, adjusting his strategy mid-fight to exploit weaknesses others might miss. His footwork, timing, and ability to switch stances seamlessly make him a nightmare for even the most prepared fighters. Against Spence, he turned a highly anticipated unification bout into a one-sided beatdown, proving he could overwhelm a top-tier welterweight with both skill and aggression. Against Madrimov, he faced a rugged, counterpunching opponent and still found a way to win, relying on his adaptability to secure a clear decision. These performances have earned him a reputation as one of the most complete boxers of his generation, a fighter whose brilliance lies in the subtle details, controlling distance, forcing mistakes, and capitalizing on every opening. Yet, the challenge of facing Álvarez at 145 pounds is unlike anything Crawford has encountered before. Álvarez, a 4-division champion, is a natural super middleweight who has faced and defeated some of the biggest names in boxing. His power is legendary, capable of flooring opponents with a single well-placed punch, as his ability to absorb punishment and keep coming forward. Álvarez's style is built on calculated pressure, cutting off the ring to trap opponents before unloading precise, devastating combinations. His body shots, in particular, are a weapon that has broken down even the toughest fighters. Unlike Crawford, who thrives on movement and angles, Álvarez is a master of imposing his will, forcing opponents into exchanges where his strength and size can shine. His experience at 168 pounds and above gives him a physical edge over Crawford, who has never fought anyone this big or this powerful. The size disparity is the central talking point of the fight, with many analysts arguing that Álvarez's natural advantages could prove insurmountable. Crawford, a natural welterweight, is moving up 2 significant weight classes to face a man who has spent years honing his craft against middleweights and super middleweights. Skeptics point to Álvarez's ability to walk through punches from heavy hitters, suggesting that Crawford's clean, technical shots may not carry enough weight to deter him. A recent viral clip of Álvarez flattening Edgar Berlanga, a natural super middleweight who outweighs Crawford significantly, has sparked heated debate about whether Crawford can withstand Álvarez's power. If a punch like that could floor Berlanga, a much larger fighter, what would it do to a man who started his career at 135 pounds? The question looms large, with some predicting that a single flush shot from Álvarez could end the fight abruptly, overwhelming Crawford's chin and smaller frame. Despite these concerns, Crawford's camp remains unfazed. He's been sparring with heavier opponents to prepare for the physicality Álvarez will bring, conditioning his body to absorb punches and maintain composure in close-quarters exchanges. His trainer, Brian McIntyre, has emphasized that Crawford won't abandon the skills that made him a pound-for-pound great. Crawford's strategy will likely center on speed, movement, using his elite footwork to create angles and avoid getting trapped along the ropes. He's not chasing a knockout. Instead, he's aiming to outscore Álvarez by disrupting his rhythm and landing clean, well-timed counters. Crawford's ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw stances could further complicate things for Álvarez, forcing him to adjust constantly to a style he's rarely faced at this level. By controlling the pace and staying disciplined, Crawford believes he can frustrate Álvarez and exploit moments of overcommitment, turning the fight into a chess match rather than a slugfest. The boxing world isn't short on opinions about how this matchup will play out. Legendary figures like Sugar Ray Leonard have thrown their support behind Crawford, arguing that boxing isn't just about size. Leonard, who himself moved up in weight to challenge bigger opponents, believes Crawford's strategy, timing, and self-belief can neutralize Álvarez's physical advantages. He points to Crawford's sharp ring IQ and ability to make real-time adjustments as factors that could bridge the weight gap, emphasizing that great fighters always find a way to win. Similarly, trainer Teddy Atlas sees the fight as closer than many predict, noting that Crawford's intelligence and timing could counter Álvarez's power. Atlas views Crawford as a thinking man's fighter, someone who doesn't just react but anticipates and adapts, giving him a realistic path to outpoint Álvarez if he imposes his style early. On the other side, voices like veteran boxer Kell Brook, who has faced both Gennady Golovkin and Crawford, lean slightly toward Álvarez, citing his rare blend of strength, precision, and ring intelligence. Brook describes Álvarez as more than just a power puncher. He's a strategic fighter who can outthink opponents while overwhelming them physically. He acknowledges that Crawford's skill and movement, but warns that one lapse in focus could prove costly against someone as efficient as Álvarez. Brook's perspective underscores the mental challenge Crawford faces. Not only must he execute a near-perfect game plan, but he must also stay sharp for every second of every round to avoid walking into a fight-changing punch. Analysts are fascinated by the clash of styles. Álvarez's predictable combinations, which rely on power and timing, contrast sharply with Crawford's unpredictable angles and counterpunching. Some believe Crawford's ability to time Álvarez's repetitive patterns could be key, allowing him to land unexpected shots that disrupt his rhythm. However, others caution that Álvarez's ability to counter the counterpuncher, as seen in past fights, could pose problems for Crawford, who isn't used to facing someone who can match his technical prowess with such force. The question of whether Crawford has the power to earn Álvarez's respect is critical. Without it, he risks being walked down and worn out over the course of a grueling fight. Crawford's performance against Madrimov, where he won handily but faced a tougher-than-expected challenge, suggests that Álvarez's size could push him into uncharted territory. The fight's hype has been amplified by the involvement of Saudi official Turki Alilshik, whose backing has elevated the event to a landmark moment for global boxing. Alilshik's vision for the fight as an iconic clash reflects the massive investment and excitement surrounding it, positioning it as a centerpiece of Riyadh season's boxing calendar. His confident presence at press events, standing between Crawford and Álvarez, signals that this isn't just another fight, it's a spectacle meant to captivate audiences worldwide. Both fighters have embraced the moment, with Crawford dismissing talk of YouTube fighters and emphasizing their status as true warriors of the ring. Álvarez, ever the stoic professional, has let his actions speak louder than words, but his comments about Crawford being easy work have only added to the narrative of a king defending his throne against a hungry challenger. Crawford's ascent through the ranks has been defined by moments like this, where he's been underestimated only to prove his doubters wrong. His dominance isn't built on brute force but on a refined skill set that breaks opponents down systematically. He doesn't chase knockouts. He creates them through pressure, precision, and patience, wearing down foes mentally and physically before landing the finishing blow. His ability to walk opponents down, as seen in his fights with Spence, Porter, and Madrimov, reveals a fighter who's as aggressive as he is smart, willing to bully opponents when the moment calls for it. This blend of finesse and ferocity makes him a unique threat, but the question remains whether his athleticism and power will hold up against a natural 168-pounder like Álvarez. As the fight draws closer, the debate over who has the edge continues to intensify. Some see Álvarez's size and experience as decisive, arguing that no amount of skill can overcome the physical toll of such a weight disadvantage. Others believe Crawford's speed, intelligence give him a legitimate chance to outmaneuver and outscore Álvarez, provided he sticks to his game plan. The matchup is being hailed as a rare treat for boxing purists, a battle where strategy and execution will matter as much as raw talent. Whether Crawford can etch his name into history by toppling a legend or Álvarez solidifies his legacy with another signature win, this fight promises to deliver drama, skill, and moments that will be talked about for years to come. The world will be watching as these two titans step into the ring to settle the score, and the outcome will shape how we view boxing's hierarchy for a generation.